Today we will be sharing with you Keen Creations and Company right here in downtown Blairsville. Hey, I'm Chad Blairsville with the Mountain Life Real Estate team here in the Georgia Mountains, and this is another episode of the Mountain Life Show. And today we're here with Sharon Keen.
Hi.
And we are privileged to be here to introduce you to Keen Creations and Company. So tell us a little bit about the vision of Keen Creations and Company. How did you get started?
Okay, well, we started out as Keen Creations. I had a booth across the street in a little shop that's now closed. And as my children grew up, friends asked me, what are you going to do now that your children are grown and gone?
And you have a lot of children.
I do. So after many years, they thought, what in the world will you do with all the children gone? And about that time, I really started thinking about turning my passion for repurposing furniture and farmhouse decor into a little business. And so I had the booth across the street. When that store closed, I had a decision to make, either close with her or find another location. So there's a lady who also was my booth neighbor who needed a place, and so we decided we would come over here and she would wait with me until we could get open, and now we have Keen Creations and Company. Pam was the first part, and we've added other vendors to bring you not just farmhouse decor, but many locally made items.
Well, that's awesome. Well, you mentioned location several times in that conversation there, and you've got an incredible location now. I mean, you're right here downtown, just literally steps away from the square, and all the retail shopping right across from, is it Merchants Walk? Or
A little bit.
Yep.
A little bit closer to the square.
A little bit closer, but what building, I mean, if somebody wanted to find you, what's the best way to tell them to get here other than right next to City Hall?
That's it. Pull into City Hall and look to your right.
That would be easy enough for me.
You'll find the brick wall and our black door.
Well, you have an amazing retail space in here, and you've got it set up really nice.
Well, thank you. We have a lot of talented people.
Well, you have done a wonderful job, and I love these signs and all that you've got right here. So tell me a little bit about what you've got displayed right here.
Okay, well, this section belongs to Jessica and her mom, Donna, and they make the signs with cute sayings, farmhouse sayings, lots of seasonal signs. And then Donna does a great job with the little travel tic-tac-toes. Whether you're a dog fan, a Panthers fan, there's a little tic-tac-toe set for everybody.
Well, it really looks nice, and I love what they've done. So this is all hand painted?
All hand painted.
Wow, really cool. And when I walked in, I couldn't help but smell the candles and the soaps.
Oh yes, we have wonderful locally made candles and soaps.
Well, let's go look at those.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so Sharon, your soaps and your candles are also locally made?
Yes, so they are. Our candles are made by Kim. She's the Distressed Mama, and they smell amazing.
I love Macintosh Apple.
Macintosh Apple.
Is that one of your best? Which one's your best seller?
Well, Macintosh Apple.
Is it? Well, I've got, yeah, there you
Good
go.
taste. And then the lavender and vanilla. But her candles are all soy. They're hand poured, and they have an eco cotton wick, so they're safe to burn.
Wow, they smell amazing. I I was noticing some of the names on these soaps down here. You got charcoal and honey, pet shampoo, lemongrass.
Yes.
That
And
sounds
these
good.
are Miss Jenny. She's been making soap in Union County since 1997. And she usually travels and does shows and festivals, but I've encouraged her to let people in her own hometown know that she's here and is a fantastic soap maker. And she and her son Moses also do pottery and soap dishes under Muddy Moses and Mom.
I was just about to say, they must be better known as Muddy Moses and Mom.
That's it.
I like that. Okay, well, you were telling me about some paints as well. I can't wait to learn more about the paint.
Okay.
So Sharon, tell me what is so special about Dixie Belle Paint Company?
Well, Dixie Belle Paint is known as the best paint on planet Earth.
Oh, really?
Yes. And with Dixie Belle Paint, you can get everything in one place from start to finish. You can get your cleaning products, 64 colors of paint, anything from collard greens to pine cones, Mason-Dixon gray. And then you can get products to also seal, protect, and specialty finishes all in one spot.
That is really cool. And I tell you what, who was the creative mind to use the wooden spoons for the color samples?
Well, I would love to take credit for that, but the folks at Dixie Belle, they came up with that. Yes, they did.
Well, that's very creative. I was going to give credit to Keen Creations.
No,
but,
can't take it.
Well, so the main purpose, I mean, are people using these for refinishing furniture, for crafts? What are they using them for?
Anything and everything. Dixie Belle is a chalk mineral paint, and it's great because there's very little prep involved, usually no sanding, just a good cleaning with white lightning, and you can use it on anything from crafts, windows, little repurposes up to furniture refinishing, and I even understand some people are starting to use it on appliances. Really? Yes.
Well, there are some, I've seen quite a few vintage appliances that folks are starting to, I guess, refurbish, if you call it that. I mean, you know, and using those in some of these modern style lofts and cabins even, so that's pretty neat. Well, that's interesting. Well, I think there's one more thing in your shop that I am excited to see, and I've been hearing lots about this famous wall that you have.
Oh yes, I love our wall, and I'll be glad to show it.
So this is the famous wall.
It is.
This is quite interesting. So tell me a little bit about who did this?
Well, I've been told that an attorney did this in the 60s for no other reason. This was his wallpaper. And then somewhere over the years it got covered up with paneling. And then 10 or 12 years ago, when another attorney had his office down here, he uncovered it in a remodel. And it was suggested that he allow the wall to stay as it is, and he has, so we've been able to enjoy it.
Well, I noticed quite a few folks up here. I see Joe Namath and Nikki Mantle. Of course, I'm going to go right to the sports figures, right? But I also recognize Bill Cosby.
Most of the guys go for the sports figures or the cars, but there's a gentleman on here that the ladies, who are my age and older, will generally go to. Can you find Steve McQueen?
Well, you'll have to tell me who Steve McQueen is. But,
well, I understand he was an actor and a race car driver, maybe. So.
Well, let me look and see if I see race cars.
You won't see race cars.
Won't see race cars. Well, this gentleman right here looks pretty interesting. Is that?
Yeah, that is Steve McQueen.
That is Steve McQueen? I recognize him. I think I've seen him in some movies, it seems like.
You probably have.
And this young lady, do we know who she is? She looks familiar.
It's an ad. There's some people who we know were actors and actresses, and then others, like this gentleman up here, we've tried to identify him, and it turns out he's just a real estate agent in a helicopter looking over his properties. But
might be Donald Trump.
So the wall needs a bit of repair, and that's on our to-do list. But
well, that is really neat. Well, you know, I really appreciate you sharing with us a little bit about Keen Creations and Company, and you know, it's just been wonderful to get to know a little bit about your shop here. I guess you call it a shop, your store, your retail shop.
We do.
And man, I just we want to help you get the word out that you're here, and you got a lot of great things, and I'm all about supporting local, so that to me is what stands out the most.
Well, I appreciate that. We all appreciate you taking the time to come by and let everybody know that our shop is here, because we do have a very talented group of people who make up Keen Creations and Company, and when you purchase something from here, you're actually supporting local twice, because you're supporting the artist and then you're supporting Keen Creations as a shop. Awesome. And we appreciate that.
Well, if someone wanted to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do that?
Well, we are on Facebook, Keen Creations Blairsville. Okay. And then phone number?
Yeah.
Okay, 706-897-0616. And email is sharon.keencreations@gmail.com.
Awesome. We'll put that on the screen as well, so people will be able to see that. But thank you again. It's been a pleasure.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.